Hi, I'm Professor Melissa and I love to cruise. In this video, we're going to talk about cruising with a warrant or a criminal record, including DUIs. I'm shocked by the frequency with which I see a disturbing and totally avoidable event happen at cruise debarkation, where cruisers get ready to get off the ship after a wonderful cruise, only to find authorities waiting for them at the port and find themselves escorted off the ship in handcuffs. Now, once you check and determine that you're not going to have an issue with the cruise line, it's important to determine if you do have a record that you check the itinerary in your ports of call. Some countries, like Australia and the United Kingdom, have strict entry requirements for individuals with criminal records, including felonies. And what may come as a surprise is that even Alaskan itineraries, although they're technically domestic cruises, because Alaska is obviously the United States, may not be an option for individuals with criminal records because an old maritime law says that all Alaskan sailings have to make an international port of call. Where do you think Alaskan itineraries do a foreign port of call? Why, yes, they do that in Canada. And like Australia and the UK, Canada happens to be another one of those countries that is super strict when it comes to entry requirements of visitors. I've seen many situations of cruisers that even have a 30 or 35-year-old DUI charge on their record. They're barred entry into Canada, even for a short port of call on a cruise. So make sure you're aware of those requirements as well. Now, you don't usually have to figure this out on your own. As I mentioned before, it's really important just to contact the cruise line, be open and transparent about your background, and inquire about their specific policies, and ask them to check the itinerary that you are interested in to make sure you're not going to have any issues with those specific ports of call. Most of the Caribbean islands are pretty lenient when it comes to allowing visitors with criminal records. Fortunately, Caribbean itineraries are popular cruise itineraries. They're usually pretty affordable and they are abundant. So if you do have a criminal record, especially if you have a felony, your safest and most likely bet is probably going to be a Caribbean sailing. So while sailing with a warrant is always a no-no, seriously, if you have a warrant, don't take a cruise. The question of whether or not you can cruise with a felony conviction or a criminal record is a lot more nuanced. While you may encounter hurdles along the way, with some careful planning and research, you may still be able to cruise.